Well, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Another iteration of DMV Sports Media live on YouTube in our coverage of the Super Soccer League. This is Division 1 action, Virginia Conference. Moments away from kickoff here at Bryant High School in Alexandria, Virginia. It is Blazers FC taking on defending champions Virginia Dream. They are the team to beat right now, although they themselves looking to get back to their winning ways after dropped points against Los Toros last week here at the very same location. A thrilling 3-3 match that they had all but locked up with 3 goals to the good. Los Toros had a fantastic comeback late in the second half, capped off by a bicicleta from Alejandro Nira to earn points for Los Toros, shared with Virginia Dream. Dream and Toros still towards that top of the table along with Dorados FC. But of course, a team like Virginia Dream, they will have high standards. Blazers themselves have had mixed results this season, although it is progress from last season. They shared points themselves last week against North Stars in another thrilling match, a 5-5 shootout that went all of 98 minutes and it took every bit of time to see that result through. They'll look to continue their strong progress into the season and may try to surprise the world with a result against this strong Virginia Dream side. Let us know where you're watching from. Are you a Virginia Dream fan, a Blazers FC fan, or just here to tune in? Regardless, we welcome you, and we're so glad to have you with us here live on DMV Sports Media YouTube. We will be checking the chat whenever possible. But, of course, we anticipate this match will be one that captivates and enthralls all of us. So get your predictions in now. Let us know your score predictions, any players to watch, of course, who you're here to support. Friendly banter is always welcome, but please no hate speech of any type. If we see it, you will be blocked and reported. And, of course, we just want to show respect for all the players out there, the officials, and everyone else in the chat. Friendly banter, to be clear, welcome and encouraged even. Support your team, just be respectful. And if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to our channel. We'd love to have you a part of this growing community. And if you could and watch what you're seeing, then drop a like on the video. We'll help others find it in the algorithm. With all that said, we're ready to get underway here in this important Super Soccer League Division 1 matchup here in Virginia. It looks like Blazers will take the field playing left to right, wearing their white tops, black bottoms. And of course, that will leave Virginia Dream playing right to left, wearing their all black kits. Welcome, Mr. Taylor, Sr. Says, let's go Dream. Time to get back on track. Esther Aitwald, another Virginia Dream fan, says, let's go Dream. Let's talk about this Virginia Dream side. In goal today will be Nate Lynch, a strong young goalkeeper out of Shenandoah University, has spent time with Ristosi FC, who, interestingly enough, Virginia Dream will face in their NPSL campaign in the summer. In front of him will be Jimmy Filerman, Harry Hawkins, Noah Murdaugh, Adam Abdullawi, Mike Akinkoya, Ryan O'Neill, Roman Torres, Mark Silva, Alan Portillo, Anthony Diaz, Jesse Boma, Luis Aguilar, Manzi Shalita, AP Slavov, and Demetrius Shepard-Lewis. In goal for the Blazers will be Christian Merida, who's carried a strong bit of form over these last few seasons. In front of him, he will have Mike Atuni, Paisley, Tiago, of course, a few more names. But we are underway here. It is Blazers starting off on the ball. If you're just joining us, Blazers will wear their white striped kits. And Atuni will send an early ball forward. Well sniffed out by Ryan O'Neill. Now Hawkins will start the attack for Virginia Dream. Sees something that he likes and will ping one into the corner. It's a good battle Demetrius Shepard-Lewis using his big body to fend off Thiago. Blazers winning it back. It's kept alive by Joey Reese. Here comes Jorge Duran threading the needle for Ibrahim Koroma. It's a good start for the Blazers. Koroma takes the shot. It's well off target, but a positive start for the Blazers. It was a good ball across by Jorge Duran. And here we go. Looks like Lynch will play from the back. Harry Hawkins carrying forward, and Blazers, as you might expect, playing similar tactics to what we saw successful early on in their UPSL match against Arlington. Sitting deep, playing patient. You don't want to expose yourself against this side of Virginia Dream. This is Roman Torres sending it forward. Now Dream will move this one around, getting everyone touches on the ball. Sent over the top from Dom Kosahasa. Filerman sends it in, and it looks like the second ball will travel over the end line. Excuse me, that's going to be an early set piece for the Dream, a corner kick on this near side. Mike Akinkoye will deliver. This will test this young Blazers side early on. Here comes the delivery from Akinkoye into a good area. Goalkeeper stays on the line, and it's an early goal. Harry Hawkins making it look easy off of the delivery from Akinkoye. Inside the third minute, it's 1-0. It is the Dream start that the away side hoped to achieve. 1-0 Dream, 1-0 Harry Hawkins. Let's take a look at the replay. Well, you knew this ball was going to ask questions as soon as it came off the foot of Akinkoye. Perfect delivery into a good area. Good enough to freeze the goalkeeper on the line. Questions have to be asked of the marking inside the 6 for the Blazers, but here we go. David Solomon will send it outside to Paisley. Excuse me, that's Cobb. Now Filerman unable to get past Otuni. Good turn from Duran. Now Thiago. There comes Duran running into trouble. What can Dream make of this? It's O'Neal down the line and sent away by Thiago in the corner. Watch out. For the long throw delivery, it looks like Demetrius Shepard-Lewis will stand over top of this one. Sent into a dangerous area. Oh my goodness. Calamitous for Blazers, but what a finish there for O'Neal. The long throw, we anticipated it was coming. But Blazers seemingly unprepared. It was a perfect delivery from Shepard-Lewis. Well finished by O'Neal. And just like that, it's 2-0 inside of the 5th minute. Take a look at the replay. Shepard-Lewis putting this one on a dime for his teammate. Otuni went up for this one, couldn't quite get to it, and now the Blazers will have to battle back. And show their character after a disappointing start. Mauricio Toledo looking for options, not finding any. And Dream will take over yet again. This one sent out wide. There's O'Neal into AP Slavov, now back for Kosahasa. This one travels out for the benefit of a Blazers throw. Looks like Cobb will stand over this. Well gathered by Mike Akinkoye. And across for Roman. Roman picking his head up, seeing a ball over the top. Well dealt with initially by Cobb. It's picked up at the top of the 18. Shots blocked at the expense of another throw on the far touchline. The Blazers will have to watch themselves this time. They know what's coming. Inevitable long throw from Demetrius Shepard-Lewis pending. Now that Dream have showed their hand. We'll see how Blazers adapt to these set pieces. There's the delivery. Again, it finds a target, a recipient on the end. Fortunate bounce for the Blazers, and here comes Ibrahim Karoma. Tagging in Jorge Duran. Duran will keep this one going. It's a good ball that will allow the Blazers to get forward. Is there a square ball here? It's sent across. Stays alive. And finally, O'Neal will send this out for a corner kick. So Blazers will have a set piece of their own. Or will they? And it looks like that ball had already traveled over the end line. Goal kick to come. Blazers, of course, disappointed with the verdict, but Dream will play from the back. Here comes Harry Hawkins. Splitting the defensive line from Blazers, and now over to O'Neal. Good ball down the line, but outside the reach of Manzi Srelita. Sent down the line. No takers on the end of this one. Roman will just settle this down on the ground. Virginia Dream, of course, not ready to lock it up yet. They'll want more goals, but happy to control the pace and pursue this game on their own terms. This is Demetrius Shepard-Lewis looking down the line. Not able to find Slavov that time. Here comes Reese. Now Tiago sending one forward, but that was a tough pass to connect. Dream will send it to the far side. It's O'Neal. Trying to build a bit of connection there. Dream colleague not on the same page, and now Tiago will have a throw on that far touchline. Well cut out by Portillo and all the way back to Lynch. Hawkins tagging in Akinkoye. Finally sent across. This is Shepard-Lewis showing patience, trying to lure Blazers out. But they, of course, always have that vertical capability if they so choose to use it. Here comes Murdaugh hugging the near touchline. We'll send it inside for Slavov. Good ball movement this time. That one travels off of the center official, and it looks like we will have a drop ball for the benefit of Dream. And here we go, right back underway. Hawkins finding Akinkoye and forward. Akinkoye sending one through. Bit too vertical that time for Filerman to catch up to. And Christian Merida will have a goal kick. Welcome, everyone who has entered the chat. Some very familiar faces. Good to see you, Peter. Miss Mendez, always a pleasure. Cheryl Sidney. Hi, wifey. Good to see you. And, of course, Esther and Mr. Taylor present as well. The whole gang here, welcome. Lots of familiar faces. Season well underway, but we've got lots of games coming, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone on a regular basis, probably at least twice a week, as the schedule builds for both Blazers and Virginia Dream, but especially as Dream get into their NPSL season. There's going to be a lot of games across all competitions. Welcome, Dennis Turner and Jose Aguilar. Jose Aguilar says, this smells like a blowout. Certainly does. 2 goals inside of 5 minutes. Not the start that Blazers or any side would hope to achieve, but we will see how Blazers respond. Tooney sends one to the top of the 18, a hopeful ball. That's not really going to make any traction. The second ball falls to Filerman. Here comes Portillo. Out to Shalita. Now O'Neal has a bit of space to work with, connecting with Slavov. Audacious effort from Slavov. Didn't quite pan out, but Jorge Duran having trouble getting out of his own area. Dream still on the ball. Portillo thought about serving one, but we'll just redirect this one to his back line. Well, that's not the pass that Roman had in mind. Won't get punished too directly for it. Here comes Filerman on the ground, connecting with Shalita. Back to Filerman. Now Murdaugh driving to the end line. Murdaugh across, and a goal. It sneaks in there. Portillo took this one first time and scored with ease. What a finish from Alan Portillo. And it's 3-0 for the Dream. This one might be in the bag early on for the Dream, but they no doubt will want to keep scoring, not only for goal differential, but with recent memories of last week's comeback from Los Toros. Blazers will have to recollect themselves and find the energy to play this one out. There's only 13 minutes gone thus far. On the positive, there's lots of time for more goals for either side. But things would have to change quickly for Blazers to have any shot at this game, and right now just have looked toothless up top. Have not found anything to trouble this capable Virginia Dream back line. Here comes Roman. Looking across midfield. That pass comes to nothing. And easily sniffed out. Here's O'Neal. Back to Hawkins. Dream taking their time and sniffing out where the opportunities might be. Here is Hawkins on the ground for Portillo. Portillo scanning the field, finding the always dangerous AP Slavov. Slavov bobbing, weaving, and pulling it back. This is still alive. O'Neal and Portillo, and Slavov working well together. Here's Akinkoye. Murdaugh back to Hawkins. And Roman. Over the top. Good ball, but it looks like the offside flag had gone in any case. And Morita will send his teammates forward. 16th minute underway. If you're just tuning in, it was 2 goals right off the bat for Virginia Dream in the first couple minutes of this game. Oh, now a nervy moment at the back. It's sent away by O'Neal, but one of the first sniffs at goal that Blazers have had since the first moments of the game when A good ball was sent across by Jorge Duran, but no finish or shot on goal was found. Since that time, it's been literally all Virginia Dream in both scoring, chances created, and possession. This one's sent to the near touchline. Here's Filerman sending a ball across the 18th, a teasing ball that demands action. Here's Slavov. Toledo working from the back. It's sent into the midfield by Atuni, but not the clearance that the doctor ordered. Menzi Shalita. Looks like he may have handled that one with his hand. Pardon the redundancy, but handball is called, and here we go. It's Cobb on the near touchline. Finding Karoma. Portillo will win it back, and Dream do have bodies forward. Here's Menzi Shalita. Back to O'Neal. And Akinkoye will kill this one. Shepard Lewis. Always dangerous on that far side. The Dream teasing this ball in and around the 18. Finally, it looks like Jorge Duran has won it back. Working down that far touchline and playing it off of Alan Portillo. And here we go. Thiago sends it up to teammate Joey Reese. Reese has had a relatively quiet match thus far. Reese, in the last few weeks, has been instrumental in being the hold-up person for Blazers FC and creating any and all chances, but really hasn't had a chance to affect the game in any kind of way. He is probably the player that they most want to see on the ball, Joey Reese. Here's Menzi Shalita lining one up. Well held this time by Marita off the bounce, and Blazers will look to get forward. Sent in quickly for Mauricio Toledo. And a poor pass out of the back. Here's the throw, sent down the line. Marita comes out, gets a punch, and collects the second ball. But right now, those long throws into the box are really causing issues for Blazers. I think Marita is seeing that. He's looking to become more active, coming to claim, take some pressure off this back line. Here comes a good spell of pressure. Blazers getting to the corner. That was Gio Castro doing so well to get to the position, but unable to send a square ball in. I think that was Ismael Castro. Now Dream finding Shalita back to Roman. And here is Manzi. Good ball into the corner. Shepard Lewis is there. Shepard Lewis has it, still going. He's taking the shot on, and it will be deflected out for another set piece. Shepard Lewis showing off not only his speed, but the strength to win that ball back. He's a player who very much can cause problems for any side that he faces. And well blocked by Mauricio Toledo. Here comes the delivery for the Dream. It's Mike Akinkoye standing over this one. Akinkoye will deliver into a dangerous area. Up and over everyone, and this will be a goal kick to come. That would have been quite a goal. I think Akinkoye was attempting the Olympico with the outside of his foot. That would have been something to behold, but didn't come off that time. Now Virginia Dream immediately back on the ball. It's Roman sending it back. Now Akinkoye. And a simple foul going against Cobb. And quickly sent in. Dream will knock this around on the ground. There's Hawkins. Threading the needle. It's flicked on. Quick passing. Falls to Manzi Shalita. That's a good challenge there from Tiago. Second ball sent forward by O'Neal. Finally sent away by Solomon, but there was a foul that predated that, so we're going to have a set piece for the Dream from about 30 yards from goal. And it looks like Akinkoye will stand over this one. Quarter way through this match. Blazers still behind by a score of 3-0. Virginia Dream trying to make it 4. It's Akinkoye. The wall doing its job. Second bite at the apple for the Dream. It's sent across by O'Neal into a dangerous area. There should be a handball. Oh, what a golden chance for Shalita. Couldn't quite get his timing right. And this one ricochets up into the hands, nullifying the would-be goal. And Rita will send his teammates out. Good ball into midfield. There's Akinkoye. Won by Atuni. It's going to be a set piece for the Dream. Quickly sent in by Filerman. Portillo. Back to Slavov. Still there. Slavov takes the strike, and it's a goal for Slavov. 4-0 is the scoreline. And that was clinical from AP Slavov. He had the slightest sight of goal, and he took advantage with a thunderous hit low to Marita's side. 4-0. Dream came to play today, and they're looking like the team we've come to expect over the years. This one ricocheted, pinballed around outside and in the Blazers 18, and when it came to Slavov, he knew exactly what he wanted to do. 4-0 is the scoreline here. And Blazers, again, back to the drawing board. We'll have to find a way to get their own possession together, get this ball outside of their own 18, outside their own territory. There's Murdaugh connecting with Akinkoye. Good ball forward. Manzi Shalita back to Akinkoye. Akinkoye feeling out the space and then sending it to Filerman. Filerman with a great ball. Back post, well risen and across. And this one will trickle all the way out for a goal kick. A teasing ball across the face of goal. It comes to nothing. And it looks like Ibrahim Karoma will step off. An early tactical change for the Blazers, trying to change things up and get something together up top. It's Abdul Kamara stepping on. Has been a player who's made things happen at time for the Blazers. He had a crucial tying goal against Geratis in week 1 in the 95th minute. And now we'll be called on to try to get some teeth to this Blazers attacking front. A game like this, that you just can't get anything together, it's sometimes set pieces and individual mistakes at the back. Not that Dream make a ton of those, but you need to find something to get you back in, to just reestablish your belief, reestablish your momentum, and in that regard, Kamara could be instrumental. Not only is he a good player from open play, but he's especially strong in the air, and any kind of set-piece opportunity for the Blazers, you'll look to see Kamara get into those dangerous areas. Here is a set piece, albeit from a good distance away from goal. David Solomon standing over it. Will thump this to the far side in the direction of Duran. Or hey, Duran working against O'Neal, who runs himself out of touch. And here is a throw for the Blazers. Could be a chance for Thiago to dump one into the Virginia Dream 18. Here's the delivery. Partially dealt with and away. Here comes Filerman. Back to Murdaugh. Now Filerman again. And Roman will take his time. All the way back to Lynch. Everyone getting their touches in today. Dream with the comfortable lead will force the Blazers to pursue this one. Here's a good ball over the top. Murdaugh looked in, but Merida at the outer reaches of his 18, doing so well to claim this one, and here come the Blazers. Now Tooney, ooh, poor touch from Tooney. What can Slavov make of this one? Slavov back to Filerman. Now still alive. Manzi Shalita tagging in Filerman. It's Portillo. Akinkoye again taking the strike. That one always rising, and it will be a goal kick to come. It looks like Blazers making another switch here early on. It's Rashid Mahdi, a defensive-minded player, but certainly one who can get forward and attack as well. Will replace Solomon. Manager Andrew Jenis working frantically to change things up. I think it's not the worst idea. Obviously, the starting 11 not getting the job done right now, and hey, it can't get much worse than 4-0. So certainly the time to make some switches early and try some things and see what might be salvaged before this one gets out of hand. Here's Akinkoye. Over to Murdaugh. And Filerman's pass goes all the way back to Lynch. Good composure from Lynch. Roman working past Joey Reese. Here's Manzi. Now Akinkoye sending it across. An audacious pass from Akinkoye, almost finding the feet of Filerman. And Cobb will send this in for Toledo. It was a good ball through from Portillo. Now Toledo threading the needle. Great ball forward. It was Ishmael Martinez, the player very much in a good area, but well sent away by Murdaugh. Here come Blazers. Toledo running right into the challenge of Filerman. Now it is Virginia Dream. Up to Manzi. Manzi slaloming, beating one player, but running right into the challenge from Toledo in the process. And here we go. It's Rashid Mahdi getting his first touches since coming on here in the 29th minute. Sent all the way back to Merida. Ball took a nasty hop, but Blazers still able to hang on. There's Reese, fouled from behind. Duran looks to send one forward, but the ball was indeed moving. Looks like Tiago has taken on a more offensive role in this Blazers setup, and that's why Rashid Mahdi is now in that fullback role. This one's sent over the top. Joey Reese finding the ball, holding it up. We'll tap again Martinez over to Kamara. Here's Duran, back to Kamara. This is better for the Blazers. Abdul Kamara still has a lot to do. Can he find a window? Duran goes down, and it is going to be given as a set piece just outside the 18. An opportunity for the Blazers to try to send one across. It did look like the chance had mostly gone, but clever little move from Jorge Duran to take this one past Noah Murdaugh, and now it will be a set piece from about 20 yards. The Nate Lynch fans are in the house. And this is maybe a time where Nate Lynch will be called on. He's been involved a couple times here and there in keeping his team in possession of the ball, but hasn't really had to make too many stops. His team have been dominant today, but this is certainly a time that Virginia Dream will lean on Nate Lynch and his expertise. Here we go. Sent across, well dealt with at the near side. Second bite at the apple for Blazers. Finally sent away. This one finally into a safe area. Here comes Noah Murdaugh down the line, and Cobb will go into damage control mode, sending one out. Here comes Murdaugh. And Dream will get right back to work, trying to earn more goals to the good. This is Portillo working against Cobb. Cobb did well to get into position and marshals this one all the way over the end line. This will be a goal kick to come. This one's sent in. Slavov always vigilant and immediately applying pressure. This one's sent across. Merida over to Atuni. Atuni looking to thread the needle, not getting it past Akinkoye. And here come the Dream. This is lovely ball movement. Now Slavov right into Abdul Kamara. And this one will be a throw for the Dream on the near side. Harleman will send it in. Here's Murdaugh. All the way back to Hawkins. Hawkins finding Manzi. And Merida will just drag this one into his own 18 and start the attack from his hands. 35th minute. Blazers still trailing by the 4-goal margin. At the moment, it does seem like the status quo. That's another one back by the Dream. Mauricio Toledo unable to find any options. It runs right into the challenge. Here comes Filerman. Connecting well with Portillo. Now Manzi. Excuse me, that's taken off the crossbar. I think that was Akinkoye. A thunderous shot. No, that was Manzi. Manzi's shot certainly had the pace, but not the direction, and now Blazers will have a throw in the near touchline. Hawkins winning this one, but the second ball still up for grabs. Manzi working hard in there. Finally, Madi able to get it away. Martinez keeping it going in the direction of Thiago. But Virginia Dream will collect the throw. Here comes Manzi. Back to Hawkins. And here comes Akinkoye. Akinkoye and Filerman playing like the veteran colleagues that you expect them to be. This one sent over to Murdahl. It's a thunderous challenge from Cobb, and Cobb, it looks like, is going to be deemed guilty of the challenge. Guilty of the foul, excuse me. Let's take a look at the replay. On first glance, it did seem Cobb might have won a good chunk of the ball, but this was a dangerous challenge, yeah. It was a stabbing challenge, and a dangerous one. And that is why we are seeing the set piece just outside the 18. Blazers will have to sustain yet more pressure. They've been vulnerable at the set piece early in this one, but oh, excuse me, it's actually not going to be given as a set piece. I stand corrected. This is going to be a corner kick. And here we go. The delivery into a good area. Morita gets a fingertip to it. There's Portillo sending it into a good area. Now Akinkoye on the ground for Manzi. Now Murdahl. Good turn from Portillo. Portillo's ball asking the question, and Cobb able to make another good challenge, a timely challenge at the cost of another corner kick. Here come the Dream, looking to find more results. It's Akinkoye to send it in. Quickly sent in. Akinkoye trying to thread the needle. It's well held from Christian Morita. Hanging on to this one and letting his teammates get out. Good battle there from Rashid Mahdi. Now it's Blazers who will have to find their quick tic-tac-toe passing. Duran sees something he likes. We'll thump this one forward. No takers on the end of that, and that's a bit squanderous. Blazers did have bodies forward on the right side of the pitch. It was Joey Reese and Abdul Kamara hungry for the ball, but instead it's Virginia Dream back, able to build another sequence of possession. Here's Lynch, tagging in Roman. Now Portillo scanning the field, trying to stretch the options. Cobb only able to partially deal with this, and here comes Murdahl. Back to Filerman. Slavov dancing on this one, and finally sending it back to Filerman. Here's Slavov. Lovely ball movement. And there is going to be a penalty kick at the tail end of this half. It's Manzi who's the aggrieved party. It looks like Cobb is the one deemed to be guilty. Let's take a look at the replay as we get set for this one. Didn't seem to be too contentious in real time. Cobb, of course, feeling like the player ran intentionally into his leg, or i.e. sticking a leg right into the defender's leg, but center official in a good place to call that one. We'll defer to his judgment. Here's Slavov taking the kick, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way, and Slavov notching another goal to his tally. He came to play today all business, AP Slavov. 5-0 is the tally for Virginia Dream. That's a new celebration. Slavov thought the ball was going to hit him in the head, and I'm going to call it a celebration, the air raid celebration. 5-0 is the tally for Virginia Dream. Reese sending it back to Atuni. Now thumped forward. Hawkins wins the first ball. Down the line. Well won by Reese. Now back. This is good ball movement. Now Murdaugh will tag in Roman. All the way back. Dream slow playing this one here in the 43rd minute. And they get one more. Kinkoye. Back to Roman. Good turn there from Manzi. Top of the 18. Somehow it's found its way to Murdaugh. The one-time shot taken by Filerman. It's now Manzi running unmolested through the Blazers 18. Finally sent away. And another penalty kick, it looks like. On first glance, it just looked like two players running into one another, equally at fault. Let's take another look at the replay. Well, Murdaugh did get the touch to the ball, so he is going to be the benefactor, and penalty kick for the Dream. Another opportunity for Slavov. I think this would be a hat trick for him if he hasn't already got one. This certainly would be his third. Slavov takes the kick again, converting, sending it right down the middle. AP Slavov with his hat trick tonight. It's 6 for the Dream. Calamitous first half for the Blazers, but it's the Dream start for Virginia Dream. Here's a look at the replay. And onwards we go. It's into the 45th minute now. 6-0 is the scoreline. AP Slavov already on a hat trick, already with the 3 goals. Harry Hawkins also has one. Alan Portillo also has one. And we'll have to revisit who has the other one. I think it might be Manzi, but can't say for certain. This is well won back by Reese. Joey Reese trying to thread the needle, and his pass does not connect. Portillo back on the ball. All sent straight into Blazers pressure. Second ball falls kindly for Demetrius Shepard-Lewis. Shepard-Lewis unable to get that one through. There's Martinez. Back to Atuni and Cobb. Down the line. Cobb will send this into the mid. And Atuni just mopping this one up. Here comes O'Neal. Virginia Dream taking their halftime victory lap, knocking this one around, finding feet. No need to push the issue right now. They'll tag in Nate Lynch, who sees something he likes, a fantastic ball over to Filerman, but Filerman's pass doesn't connect. And O'Neal will send it in quick. Here comes Hawkins. Onwards we drift into the 48th minute. And that is going to do it for this first half period. A dominant performance for Virginia Dream straight from the opening whistle. They have been clinical in front of goal from start to finish. They've been dominant in possession, dominant in set pieces. Blazers, lots to figure out here at the halftime. This match may be out of their reach, but certainly they can figure things out. They have a long season ahead of them, and this is an opportunity to maybe try some things out and figure out how to cope with a team of the caliber of Virginia Dream. We are so appreciative of you joining us here on DMV Sports Media YouTube. If you haven't done so already, consider liking and subscribing. We got lots of dedicated fans out tonight here to support Nate Lynch, having the whole fan crew in support from all the way from Pennsylvania. That is true dedication. So if fans can make their way all the way from Pennsylvania, you can hit the like button and you can subscribe, join our growing community. And of course, we will have all the coverage of Virginia Dream across NPSL, UPSL, and Super Soccer League, at least all of the home games in NPSL and UPSL, and we will bring you all of their Super League matches, as well as all of Blazers' home matches and a whole host of others. Make sure to follow DMV Sports Media on Instagram as well, and check out our YouTube page for our weekly review podcast and extended highlights from all matches that we cover. Super Soccer League Official on Instagram is another spot you can use to follow the league, and of course supersoccerleague.org is where you can go to find schedules, tables, and more, updated stories about the league. We're going to take our break. We thank you so much for joining us here on DMV Sports Media YouTube. I'll see you in just a few minutes for the second half here live from Bryant High School in Alexandria, Virginia. We'll see you there in a moment. Well, hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this Super Soccer League Division 1 action here in the Virginia Conference. This match between Virginia Dream and Blazers FC. This is a match that has been very one-sided. Virginia Dream, from the opening kickoff, have been dominant, in all phases of play. And Blazers really have looked toothless up top and somewhat calamitous at the back, but this is, I guess, a day where they're thankful that they only have one match to lose tonight, and I think the result all but assured at this point. And so there's lots to build towards the future here and lessons learned the hard way. And if you're going to learn your lessons the hard way, you want to do it against a side like Virginia Dream, and they will have the second half to try to get things right. It's going to be Virginia Dream playing left to right, wearing their all-black kits. Blazers will wear their white striped kits, playing right to left. Here at Bryan High School in Alexandria, Virginia, we welcome you back. We're so glad to have you with us. Appreciate all the kind words in the chat. Good to see so many familiar faces and all the new ones welcome. And here we go. Virginia Dream just picking up right where they left off, knocking some beautiful passes around, spreading the ball, bringing everyone into involvement. Here's Akinkoye, seeing something he likes. We'll send one forward, asking the question as Slavov already with the hat trick in a dangerous area. Excuse me, that's not Slavov. Yes, it is. This is Demetrius Shepard-Lewis standing there on the ball. We'll connect with Slavov. Here comes Portillo. Filerman. We'll send it across. Filerman's ball taken out of the air, well smothered by Christian Marida. And here come the Blazers. Kamara sending it back to Rashid Mahdi. This is going to take every player from Blazers to be ready and clinical when they receive the ball. It's just one weak link that breaks the chain, and Virginia Dream always standing poised to take advantage of that weak link. This is well won back by Jorge Duran. Here comes Joey Reese, streaking across midfield. And Manzi doing enough to slow down the play. There's Martinez, who's pulled back. Manzi is the guilty party. And Manzi certainly going to get a caution. Probably a smart foul to give away, but one that will earn him a booking. Just a quick look at the replay that brought us into this position. And now it is a good set piece opportunity. Solomon will stand over top of this one. An opportunity for the Blazers to pull something back. Here we go. Solomon with the delivery across the face of goal. Back post, no takers. And Virginia Dream will just bring this up from the other side. There's Roman. All the way back to Lynch. Lynch tagging in Hawkins. Good ball movement from the Dream. Here comes O'Neal on the ground. Solomon getting enough of a touch to send it out. Here comes O'Neal into Akinkoye. Now Hawkins. Good ball forward. Sent into a dangerous area. Marita off his line. And sent out. Oh, this is well won by O'Neal. Here comes Kamara. Unable to find the rebound from Joey Reese, and Virginia Dream will touch it over to Harry Hawkins. Here comes Alon Portillo. Now O'Neal. Shepard Lewis squaring this one to the back post. Well taken out of the air. What a goal that would have been. Filerman, he had the confidence to take it on. Just couldn't quite get it low enough. And we will have a goal kick to come here in the 50th minute. Take a look at the service from Shepard Lewis. A teasing ball again across the face of goal. Filerman did well to get to this one and take it out of the air, but couldn't direct it on goal. Again, Virginia Dream right back onto possession. Akinkoye will send it to Hawkins. Now Slavov. Filerman able to find Manzi. And this is going to be an offside flag going against the Dream. A set piece for the Blazers. Looks like Mauricio Toledo will send it in. But we'll have to do so from the far side. And looks like Blazers will play from the back. Here comes Micah Tooney. Has to lift one over the top. Tooney's ball sniffed out by Hawkins. Now Akinkoye settling things down. Business as usual for Virginia Dream. Hawkins touching down that errant pass like it never even happened. Here comes Murdahl to O'Neal. Now Filerman. Filerman with the ball across. Well sniffed out by Toledo. There's Tiago. Tiago over to Kamara. Kamara unable to hang on, but Blazers right back in possession. And a Tooney's pass will sail wide. Dream building from the back. They basically have their own area covered. Not getting a lot of pressure inside their own half. But of course we'll force the issue into Blazers territory. Sent down the line. Here is Manzi sending a ball in. And Marita will take this to ground. This one's touched over to Kamara. Kamara unable to keep it alive that time, and it will be a throw for Virginia Dream. Here on the near touch side. This one's well won initially by Duran. Thank you. Now sent forward. It's in the Blazers 18. There's Reese. Over to Tiago. No. Blazers will get it across midfield, but waiting feet of Harry Hawkins, the only recipient on the end of that one. There's a rare errant pass from Virginia Dream, and Blazers will have an opportunity to start their own attack from deep within their own area. Cobb's pass doesn't find any takers. Slavov with a delicious service for Manzi. Manzi's still on his feet. Back to Filerman. Filerman working to get to the end line. Atuni does enough. It looks like it will be a Virginia Dream throw. Akinkoye marching into place. Oh, it's given as a corner. Here comes the delivery for Akinkoye. What does he have in store? Merida off his line, able to affect this one just enough. Blazers will send it out. There's Filerman. And back to Merida. Merida can only find Hawkins, and Virginia Dream will just recycle this all the way back. Roman turning one upfield. There's Martinez back in the direction of Cobb. Cobb's pass goes nowhere. And here comes Slavov. Slavov trying to engineer something. Shepard Lewis not able to find the overlapping run of O'Neal. But even still, Virginia Dream hang on. They just know where each colleague is going to be before they're even there, and that makes the difference. And how they're able to move such quick passes. There's precision with every movement. Nothing is a guess, and certainly Virginia Dream going to continue to be one of the forces in this league. They are the team to beat. They are the 4-time defending champions of the Super Soccer League Virginia Conference, and they are right now the defending Super Cup champions after defeating Steel Pulse in the Fall Super Cup final. This one's kept alive by Manzi. Now sent across. Merida making a fantastic intervention to stop the cross. Second ball falls to Akinkoye. Still not cleared. Joey Reese doing well to pick up the second ball. Trying to thread the needle, but Harry Hawkins, right place, right time, always. He's a defender who has that instinct in addition to the physical abilities. He always is well positioned to cut out any dangerous passes. Here come the Blazers. It's Menzi Shalita dragging down the line, looking to Portillo. And it's going to be a throw for Cobb. Tiago, clever bit of skill to get this one upfield. Now Duran with a heavy touch. You just can't take those heavy touches into the Virginia Dream midfield and expect to retain possession. This one's sent forward. And a lovely touchdown from Hawkins. Here come the Dream. Portillo out to O'Neal. And something brewing here. That's good intervention from Rashid Mahdi. But even still, the second ball falls kindly for Virginia Dream. Akinkoye looking to make something happen. Still going. Lovely sequence of play. Here comes Demetrius Shepard-Lewis across the face. No takers on the end, but the ball is salvaged by Murdaugh. Now top of the 18. Touchdown by Filerman. The shot comes in. It's ping-ponged around. And finally the Blazers have found a bit of breathing room. Here comes Cobb down the line. Good control there from Solomon and sent across. It's Rashid Mahdi running across a dangerous sequence of play, but Mahdi's still on the ball. We'll find Duran. Duran over the top, finding a dangerous pass for Tiago. Tiago right into the waiting tackle of Noah Murdaugh. It's a better pass from Jorge Duran to make things happen. Tiago adds some verticality and some venom to this Blazers front. Let's see what Blazers can do from this long throw. It's Joey Reese to send it in. It's a good delivery. It's well blocked in front of goal. Roman sends it up. Filerman keeps it going. Now Akinkoye to Slavov. Here comes AP Slavov. Has space, has options. It's Shepard Lewis to the back. And Shepard Lewis frustrated with his delivery of that one. Certainly would have been a difficult ball to thread, but pass not one that was receivable by any of his colleagues up there. And here come Blazers. Rashid Mahdi into Reese. That's a bad turnover. And Dream, will they make him pay? It's Manzi taking the strike. And well over the goal. This one into the next zip code. Here comes Alan Portillo. Threading the needle for Akinkoye. Akinkoye tripping over the ball, and now Blazers will try to get forward. It's who else but Harry Hawkins on the receiving end. Now Roman. Here comes O'Neal. And that one trickles out. Blazers will have an opportunity to push forward a bit. There's going to be some substitutions made for both sides. Looks like for Blazers, it's going to be Vince Manny coming on to assume defensive responsibilities. For Virginia Dream, Adam Abdelkawi stepping on, replacing Filerman. And also Anthony Diaz on. That one ricochets off the Blazers man. Abdelkawi able to find Shepard Lewis. Now Slavov, still doing what he does. We'll find Manzi. Here comes Diaz. And Filerman with an early service across goal. Merida does enough, and it looks like the flag had gone, so set piece coming out for Blazers. This was a dangerous and towering ball into the box. And here we go. Blazers playing from the back. Vince Manny out to Cobb. Quickly won back by Diaz. Diaz showing off the skills and recycling it back. Now over to Hawkins. Hawkins looking vertically. Will connect with Portillo. And pops straight up in the air. Mahdi will clear. There's Diaz. Kamara, we'll get to this one first. Walking the tightrope and did well to keep it in, but couldn't keep it going. Adam finding Slavov. Now Portillo in. And Rashid Mahdi will clear his lines. It just hasn't been clinical enough from Blazers, but this is an opportunity. Martinez running right into the challenge from Roman. And it was already out. So we will have a throw. Not a foul. It's going to also be an opportunity for Dream to make another switch. Mark Silva, the player to come on. Replacing Filerman. I think I had reported that Filerman was being subbed off before, and that obviously not the case. But he is now, and here we go. Dream sending it in and back to Lynch. Here comes Diaz. Virginia Dream serving one over the top. Murdaugh will chase. Cobb sends it back. And almost a catastrophe at the back. Murdaugh was there, but instead this one trickles out for a corner kick. Here comes another set piece. What? Filerman still in. I've now reported his substitution twice. He's still there. Filerman across. No takers on the end of it. Here comes Kamara. Bill Kamara working down the line, running into the challenge from Diaz. There's Rashid Mahdi. Connecting with Martinez, the second ball. Not finding any takers for Blazers. What a ball from Hawkins. Slavov keeping it going. It is Manzi, has help. Abdullawi down the side, sent across. And Dream not finding any recipients on the end. It's going to be a throw on the far side. Meanwhile, Dream will take this opportunity to bring in more firepower. It's Jesse Boema ready to come on. Looks like Luis Aguilar waiting in the wings as well. Remember, last week it was Aguilar who scored a fantastic first half goal against Los Toros, showcasing his balance and speed, and of course finishing prowess. In his return to the side after injury, we'll see what he can provide in this one. Boema, another solid player who came over from Alexandria United in the transfer market in the offseason. It's going to be a set piece going against the Blazers. Duran deemed to be the guilty party, and it's a set piece in his central area. Abdullawi standing over top of it. There's another look at that one. This would be an audacious strike to hit this one from here, but definitely not out of the question. It's a central area. And Abdullawi may just try this one, especially with the scoreline where it is. Here comes the service. Abdullawi powering his foot through this one, but sailing over the top of Merita's goal. And it looks like Blazers will take this opportunity to make a couple of substitutions themselves. Ibrahim Karoma will step back on, and Paisley will make his appearance as well. Martinez is off. And here we go. Ooh, that was Virginia Dream winning it back yet again. Here comes Jesse Bouma with his first touches on the ball, finding Silva. A timely tackle. Gives Blazers a moment of respite, but Manzi not done yet. Manzi on the ball. We'll send it in for Bouma. Still there. Rashid Mahdi will mop up. Now Duran. Great tackle there from Filerman. Surgical in precision. And now it's back to the feet of Abdullawi. Now Silva doing what he does. We'll send it over. And Filerman back involved. Aguilar back in the direction of Bouma, and Blazers will take over. There's Tiago. Now Vince Manny. Karoma doing well enough to send it back to Paisley. Sent down the line. It will be a simple foul. Going against Diaz. Solomon will send this one forward. Here comes the service over the top. Well dealt with by Roman. Now Diaz. For Bouma. What a touch from Bouma. But couldn't hang on, and now Blazers will reset back to their goalkeeper. Vince Manny immediately under pressure. And still moving the ball around. Mauricio Toledo under pressure, has to get rid of it. And it's two Virginia Dream players running into one another. It's Bouma across the face, Silva. Shot taken, it's blocked. Somehow Vince Manny got to it but couldn't get it away, and now it's gonna ricochet off of Aguilar. Goal kick to come for the Blazers. Lofted up top. Joey Reese able to hold this one up. Here is Paisley. Manzi got the final touch on that, and it's going to be a throw down the line. Toledo over to Vince Manny. '74th minute. Status quo has held for this second half. Virginia Dream, of course, seemingly haven't taken a little something off the attack, but Blazers have responded and have made some necessary adjustments in how they've approached not only open play but set pieces. Been better in their defense. We've seen Merita a lot more active off his line to come and deal with balls in and around the box, especially in the air. There's Bouma. Back to Roman now. Abdullawi. It's a contentious moment, but Boma does enough. Boma still down. Abdullawi will continue the attack. And top of the 18, Silva looking for help. And finally one back by the Blazers. But only for a moment. Abdullawi back to Aguilar. Mahdi wins it back. Good balance from Rashid Mahdi, and will come back for the initial challenge. This one sprayed over the top. Not a whole lot of takers there for Blazers. Just a hopeful ball over the top. We do have one more Super Soccer League Virginia Division 1 match on the rest of this week. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. it will be Los Toros and Alexandria United here live on the channel and in person at Langston Hughes Middle School. We have a Maryland Division 1 match as well at 8 p.m. tomorrow at Blandair Park. It will be two Division 1 sides, Baltimore Kickers and Boldly's Athletic. Also, of course, live on the channel. This weekend, we have a whole host of UPSL contests. On Saturday, we have the Los Toros match against Grove. We will have quite a few others, and some that we have not finalized, so I'm going to just say that there's a ton of matches to see this weekend. Check the Instagram, check our social media, and of course, check out our page on Friday when we will create the live links. Aguilar across. Here's a chance for Manzi. Sends it across goal and just about a yard wide. Manzi's strike seemed destined for goal, but couldn't quite find the final touch. Goal kick to come. And here we go. Good turn from Duran, but immediately under pressure. Here's Karoma, leaving far too much of the ball there. And Abdullawi himself leaving a little too much of the ball. And now it's sent back to Rashid Mahdi. Blazers having a hard time playing out. Looks like a handball, but play on is the decision, and why not? Just keep it moving. This one's sent over the top. Tiago turns it back. Good balance from Tiago. Strike taken and well controlled. Nate Lynch making one of few saves today. He hasn't been called on a whole lot, but he's been excellent when called on and had to be vigilant there to control that one. A spicy ball from Tiago. There's Boma. Lovely turn there from Anthony Diaz. And Murdaugh fouled, or possibly fouled from behind. It looks like it's going to be deemed a clean challenge. Sent back. Merida has to send it up first time. It's a good decision. Now Noah Murdaugh. Hugging that far touchline. We'll tag in Harry Hawkins. Good ball over the top. And Filerman deemed to be in an offside position. Blazers will have a set piece. Sunday, we'll have more UPSL action in addition to our regular slate of Maryland Super Soccer League Division 1 and Division 2. We have some key matchups across the board. Das Beer Hall and A3 Highlanders in Division 1 at 11 a.m. At 3 p.m., one of our crucial Division 2 matchups will be MSI Pro and Slancha, two sides hungry for promotion and very much in form. There are some more important matchups as well. Again, check us out on social media. That's a good service in. It's sent over goal. Dream very, very close and getting closer as this half goes on. Look at this ball from Manzi across the 6. Aguilar was there, but somehow just flicking it up and over goal. Meanwhile, Blazers will try to play from the back. Man sends it down the line is Vince. Vince connecting with Thiago. It's a contentious, rather physical challenge and well won by Murdaugh, but couldn't sort his feet out. Now will be a throw for the Blazers. Here's Solomon. And here come Virginia Dream. The initial challenge from Vince Manny does enough. Jorge Duran. This ball ricochets up into Manzi. Handball is called. Now sent back. Diaz threading the needle, but Taker's on the end of it. This one's going to trickle innocuously back to the feet of Merida. Now Mahdi looking upfield. This ball will sail in the direction of Kamara. Well taken down. And a booming ball from Kamara in the direction of Thiago. Thiago gets a foot to it and can't keep it in play. It's a quick throw for the Dream. Maybe too quick. It looks like there's an attempted substitution, but we'll have to wait. It's Mejia coming on for Blazers, replacing Joey Reese. Sent into midfield. Manzi will find Abdullawi. Here come the Dream. Abdullawi, magic feet to get that inside. Now sprayed to the far touch. It's Filerman on the ground. Well won back by Blazers. Here's Solomon. Back to Manny. Now Merida showing good composure in his goal. Toledo. And Blazers showing much better composure on the ball for the moment, although it does seem to have been won back by Dream. It's Filerman who made the challenge. Now Harry Hawkins. On Sunday, the UPSL matches we will cover will be 5 p.m. Arlington SA. Hosting a crucial matchup against the North Stars. And of course, at 8 p.m. at Meridian, we will have Virginia Dreams home match. It's a late challenge, certainly a foul here on the near touch. Adam Abdullawi going to pick up his caution for the challenge on Kamara. No doubt about this one. The referee took a minute to take it in and see if anything materialized before pulling it back. The Reds VA Revolution game is one that we hope to cover. I'll just tease that. No certainty, but that's one we're working it out. I promise you, DMV Sports Media behind the scenes, we are trying our very best to make sure we can form relationships with all of these clubs so we can bring you the very best games, but ultimately we are a business. We are an entity that requires funding and contracts in order to sustain our time, equipment, and efforts, but we're working on that one. So rest assured, everything will be announced as we acquire more games, more contracts, more relationships, but it's in the works. And of course, Virginia Dream and Arlington, we will have those matches. We will have Los Toros. We're working on a couple other relationships within DMV South B and A. And we will have some Maryland UPSL DMV North matches. Here's Filerman, top of the 18, sending one down the line for Silva. Silva will square it. Here's Aguilar, must score, and there's another goal for the Dream. It's It's a great Aguilar goal. That's Luis Aguilar. I was reading Jose Aguilar's comment in the chat. That is a great goal for Luis Aguilar. Adding a 7th to Virginia Dream. Take a look at the replay. It was well-worked ball from Silva to find Aguilar in space. And Aguilar, he just doesn't miss from that range. 7-0 is the scoreline here in the 86th minute, the second half. There's been a scoreless one up until this point, but Virginia Dream adding more notches to their tally, and here we go. This one's sent back. Solomon will move this one around. Now back to Vince Manny. Ooh, that's a nervy square ball, but no danger, or at least immediate danger. Dream still on the ball. It's Adam Abdullawi with Jorge Duran on his back. We'll send it to Manzi. Now Abdullawi on the ground. Beautiful square ball. Rashid Mahdi on the end of it. Here come the Blazers. Now Solomon looking upfield. Will send one down the line, but not a high chance of success. Very few recipients upfield for the Blazers, and Dream will take over. Here comes Anthony Diaz. Space has time and has options, but the question is, will Virginia Dream continue to push the envelope? Will they go for an 8th, or are they settled with what they've got? They certainly could be if they want to be. But here they come again. It's Filerman looking down the far side. That one threads through for Murdaugh. Murdaugh with the early service. It's sent away by Mauricio Toledo. Aguilar coming fresh off of his last goal. Felt himself there and wanted to take on the strike, but sends it well up and over. Goal kick to come. Here's another look at that replay. Shout out to the Nate Lynch fans still here in support, all the way from Pennsylvania. If they can do it, you can certainly hit that like button and subscribe to the channel in order to follow not only the league and both of these teams, but all of our partner clubs and organizations that we cover. We'll have a whole host of matches on this weekend and even more to come. We're going to be pushing 20-plus matches every week here on DMV Sports Media as we enter the UPSL, USLW, USL2, NPSL, APL, and Super Soccer League seasons. It's going to be a wild time. We really hope to have you with us, and it's going to be an exciting time. We, of course, will continue the DMV recap show in which we host our podcast to outline all of the up-and-coming players, the teams. We review the matchups. We preview exciting matchups. And we just talk relevant topics. That is Virginia Dream pressure yielding results and earning a corner kick. It's Aguilar. There's Aguilar. Filerman sends it across. And that was another teasing ball. No takers on the end. It will trickle out for a Blazers throw. Flicked on. Good pressure from Duran. Duran found himself in a good area, but couldn't quite keep this one alive. Virginia Dream will continue on. It's past the 90th minute now. Stoppage time has begun. I don't anticipate we'll see a whole lot of stoppage time. And this one sent over the top. Offside is shown, but we will continue since Menzie never got onto the ball, never affected play. Play on. Here comes Rashid Mahdi touching it back in. And there is going to be a set piece. Mejia was the winner of that set piece. And here we go, an opportunity for Blazers to launch one in behind the Dreamback line. There it is, the goal for Blazers at the death. It's Ibrahim Karoma on the left foot. That was a line drive ball that trickled through somehow, and Karoma was clinical on the first time strike. So Blazers able to capture something, at least a piece of momentum to build on heading into their weekend UPSL matchup against Villarreal. That was not the finish that Virginia Dream had in mind, but they'll be fine all the same. Certainly going home with the 3 points and a large goal differential, but unfortunate for them. Kind of a bad taste in their mouth. They won't have the clean sheet. Blazers, well, I guess 7-1 always looks better than 7-0. They came, they continued to fight, and they were rewarded at the tail end of this one in stoppage time. Good step there from Adam Abdullawi, and that will be the final whistle. Virginia Dream are victorious in resounding fashion. 7-1 is the final scoreline. We thank you so much for joining us here on DMV Sports Media YouTube in our coverage of the Super Soccer League. Tomorrow night, join us for 2 matchups, one in Maryland, one in Virginia. 8 p.m. will be Bowley's Athletic and Baltimore Kickers. And at 9 p.m., it's Los Toros hosting Alexandria United. Saturday and Sunday, we'll have a whole host of matches, too numerous to name off here, but follow us on Instagram to see those matches announced. And, of course, check out our page on Friday when we post all of the live stream links for you. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss any of our fine coverage this weekend and in the future. And drop a like on this video if you enjoyed what you watched to help others find this one in the algorithm. Check out all of our extended highlight content for all past matches and future we cover on YouTube. We'll post individual reels on Instagram, but really most of the extended highlight content will be on YouTube going forward. So I've said enough. I'm Noah Walker.